All right. All right. Oh, yes, finally. Holy cow. All right. Starting over again here. Man, everything's a mess. Everything's a mess this morning. Here we go, guys. Now we're good. Now we're good. It is January 1st, New Year's Day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have stopped and started multiple times this morning. Good morning, everybody. Super excited. Had a lot of technical difficulties trying to get this set up this morning. I don't know what end it was on. I was having all kinds of issues on my end with Twitch, trying to get everybody to know that I was coming on, and then my chat box wouldn't work, and there's just a lot of issues this morning. No big deal. We got these figured out. Yep, Twitch is having issues, but restarting enough, and yeah, it is broken this morning. I think we got everything kind of going though. I could not see your chat until I deleted my chat box and then restarted it. And then I saw you guys were here and talking, and that's when I realized that I didn't have sound. So I just unplugged my camera, plugged it back in, restarted the program, and now we're good. So thanks for being patient, guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, stretch real quick. Oh, man. So, I hope you guys are ready to tackle 2021. I am ready to tackle it. I'm going to tackle it like a super mean football player. And, but I wanted to work on this project today because I was working on it last night. Look, since I did that, I've got to go in and change my properties here real quick. But I was working on it last night. I got about 200-300 stitches done, and I'm really starting to see some good progress with stuff. And hold on, I'm gonna be messing with the settings just a smidgen. And you may hear some crashing downstairs as hubby is changing some things around downstairs. There we go. Let's brighten it up a little bit. There we go. Rock and roll, kids. Rock and roll. Good morning. Done. Ah, gotcha, Allie. Gotcha. Good morning, Allie. Good morning, Sky Fox. Let's see. Clean. Good afternoon. Let's see here. My crafty, oh yeah. So yeah, you guys are all good. You guys are all good. So, whew, man, it is crazy morning. Trying to get this thing all set up. It is having issues. There's just a lot of stuff that needs to be restarted. It's a new year, so restart stuff. Figure it out. Solve problems. Save the world. It's all good. So, all right. So, started working on Reaper last night. Thought I would continue this morning. I got notified by a stitching shop a couple days ago that they had in all of my the pieces that I'd ordered for the RolaFrame. So I went over yesterday afternoon and picked up some stuff, and then last night I went and I sort of reorganized. Or not reorganized, but put some projects on the RolaFrame. Now the problem is that I have a standard base RolaFrame, and the stuff that I got, like, let me put this under the camera here a second. The stuff that I got Empire State Workers on this one, is super long. So you can kind of see that, but it's like 40 inches long. And my frame, my base to my frame, my RolaFrame, isn't really set up for that. So we're going to do a little jimmy-in on this at another time. But I couldn't put a project on here right now. It actually works pretty well if I put it across the tables. It actually works pretty well that way. So I might still be able to stitch I mean, I know I'll be able to stitch, but that's just kind of how it is right now. Morning, Winian. Morning, Ellie Belly. So, but I'm going to get that kind of figured out. I also need some more well, I don't really need more side extenders, but it would be nice to not have to change the side extenders out between projects. But that being said, I am excited to get my pieces on more RolaFrame stuff, and I will get it ironed out as time goes by, and we will be happy, and it will be amazing. And I just need to find more of my color that I'm using. More color. More color. All right. All right. Get that. Hot diggity dog diggity. Hope you guys had a nice and hopefully quiet New Year's Eve. Ours was very quiet. It was kind of funny. The fireworks started really early, like at about 7 o'clock or something. So we were just sort of, it's so funny because in past years, I would have been like irritated by fireworks, but it actually was a little nostalgic because when we first had the lockdown way back in April or whatever it was, we had this thing going here, at least in my neck of the woods, where at 8 o'clock at night, people would howl at the moon and fire off fireworks because that was when the hospital shifts would change over, and people wanted to support the hospital staff and whatnot, and just make as much noise as possible. And it was kind of fun to do it. It was really fun for a while, and it lasted for about a month, and everybody kind of got tired of it and stopped doing it. But it was just kind of funny because then last night it started going off again, and it was just like it felt kind of nostalgic. I get kind of irritated because I'm like, I want to go to sleep, but not last night. I kind of liked it. Wasn't too bad at all. We're just getting another color loaded up here. You managed to forget about it. Nice. How was the wait for the roller bars and size? Is it just like the floor stand or faster? It was pretty long. I mean, it was a couple months. I will say though that if you want to order some pieces, I know that a stitching shop has some extras. I don't know if they have any stands per se, but they order every month. And so she puts in orders every month. So if you actually call, if you want to get one, she has a very good relationship with Dan, the guy that makes all this stuff. And you can call in there and pre-order it. And she doesn't charge you until you actually get it. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you're trying to, get pieces, I highly recommend those guys. So the nice thing was when I went in yesterday, I did put a video out last night about all my new RolaFrame stuff. But when I went in, I was able to get extra bars and end bars and everything for this. So once I kind of get my floss fully organized here, I'll be able to stitch on some other projects. But now my problem is I've run into lack of a gridding pen. I don't know what happened to my normal gridding pen, so I need to track that down so that I can actually do some things. So, but for now, let's see here. I'm going to get some 648 done. Let's see. Let's go over here. Trying to figure out where I am in this project. Hello, Mr. McChirpy Pants. Good morning. Happy 2021. Hooray! All right. But so I am on a mission to finish this piece this year. It is going so much faster and smoother with this RolaFrame two-handed stitching. It is amazing. I'm loving it. So put that over there. And Pattern Keeper. Can't forget Pattern Keeper. Oh yeah, I guess I must have gotten an update. I'm going to have to double check and see. But I saw a thing on Facebook yesterday that said that everybody should have access to the new update now. So that's good news. That's good news. Alrighty. Hey, clean afternoon. Hey, Cade. Happy New Year. Oh, people would shoot off industrial fireworks in the neighborhood. Woo! Shortly followed by sirens. Holy cow, man. Yeah, that's nuts. That is nuts. Yeah, it wasn't too bad around here. You know, people fired off them occasionally, but I was all right with it. I was all right with it. But we got a busy day today. Well, I should say I have a busy stitching day ahead, I think, or a busy cross-stitch related day ahead as I gather my floss, organize my floss, get my projects, figure out how I'm going to grid stuff. I know I have friction pens. I'll just I'll go find those. I know I have someplace around here. And because I need to grid up a lot more of Rainy Water Place. Ooh, let me show you. So it's not perfect, but what is? But, oh, let me, hold on. So I got it on a 40-inch frame. I got no room to show you. And so now part of it is I've got out some looseness here that I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna make taut with the side extenders, but I need to go through and fix all the gridding, and I need to grid a bunch more because the plan is that now that I have this all the way across, I can stitch all the way across. So I can take a color and just go nuts and just get a ton of stitching done on a color at a time. So that is something that I definitely want to get rolling with today. I'm going to be very excited to see how fast I can make progress now on Rainy Waterloo. But I put Rainy Waterloo on a frame. I put Empire State Workers on a frame. I got the end bars for Dachshund. And of course I got Reaper here. So yeah, so we're good. We're good. I got everything that I've been wanting. Sort of my late Christmas gift to myself. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. On call today, so maybe dropping in and out. Gotcha. What do you do, Clean? Oh, you're going to film your whip parade. Nice. Nice. Very cool. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. But I'm excited because it's 2021. And I'm kind of excited. I got football today. I actually am going to watch football. I've been watching football the last. I had not watched hardly any football in about 2 years because my stress level is such that I just didn't want to watch football. But now I'm kind of interested in football again. And so I'm going to watch my college games. My alma mater, University of Georgia, is playing today at 10. So yeah, go Dogs, right, Mr. McChirpy Pants? And so we're going to do that, or I'm going to do that while I stitch and enjoy myself. And I got to run back and forth to work a couple times. I want to apologize for yesterday's stream. It was a complete and total disaster. I really shouldn't. I honestly did not know how crazy the day was going to be until I got up that morning. And I felt like I should at least make an effort, but I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have just like somehow posted a notice somewhere and told you guys it's just too busy. Because we had to get our new fridge delivered because the old one was dying, and thankfully it didn't completely die before they came, but it was definitely about 20% left, I think. Got the new fridge, got everything is cooled down now. We do need to restock it though, because we lost a fair bit of food in the freezer because the freezer lost power and it was just a mess. And so we got that delivered. I got all that. I got the whole thing cleaned. I got all the tape and everything pulled off and everything installed, and then got that done, and then tried to stream, and then we got some. We kind of had planned on doing a bunch of projects the first part of this year. So the other thing we're doing is we're putting in new floors in a couple of rooms, especially where the dogs are downstairs. So the flooring guys showed up and tried to deliver the wrong package, and then I had to fix that before they left, and then they had to deliver. And then in the middle of all that, had client letting me know that her dog was in labor and we needed to do a C-section, and so I had to organize my staff for that. And then I was also trying to arrange for a time to stop by a stitching shop so I could pick my stuff up because they don't really want just people to drop in right now because of COVID. They have to be mindful of how many people are in the store. So I was trying to do all that, and I was just my mind wasn't focused to stream. So that's why I'm streaming today, because I had a really bad stream yesterday, and I felt like I owed you guys a better stream, a good stitchy stream. You work as an IT analyst support for the NHS. Oh man, that is ridiculously important. So yeah, gotta keep that up. Yesterday's stream was a fitting end to 2020. Yep. Hey Stitch Rhino, what's up? Got burners for electric stove. Oh my god, things cook fast now. Nice. You didn't realize high was not really all that high? Hey Daphne, Happy New Year. Yeah, bet. That's another thing we need to do is our stove, or it's really our oven, has all different ideas about what it thinks things should cook at, and so but we've got to pay off all the other things we're doing, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good this coming year. So I'm just excited in general. A lot of things needed to be finished in 2020, and they were. So now it's just a matter of hanging in there until stuff starts to get better. And we can do that. If I know it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And so Mr. McChirpy Pants definitely believes it's going to get better, right? Yeah. But I'm going to have so many awesome finishes this year. This will be such a great year for my cross stitch. I'm so excited. Your oven is overly opinionated. Ha. So I know we tried talking about it before, but what are you guys like looking to get done with your cross stitch this year? Like, do you have any goals? Did you get any new projects at the end of 2020? You know, what are you all up to? What's going on? That reminds me, another thing I need to do today is I've got some people asking me some questions on Etsy. I gotta get back on Etsy and work on some stuff. I need to put a big thing up on my cork board with all my different projects and just list them so that I can remember to look at things, that I don't forget to look at things for a couple of days. I got a lot of different irons in the fire, so to speak. And oops, I shouldn't have done that. I decided, I think my goal, I need to get a new goal for reading this year. I think I'm going to shoot for, I don't know, maybe 35 books, 40 books this year. Maybe I should shoot for 40, because 40 books would be definitely a stretch goal. I want a stretch goal. Something that it's not going to be super, super easy to get done. I listened to more of my Expanse series book last night. Finally got to the good part. Been waiting. So now I'm kind of excited. I got about 7 hours to finish on that. And I'll probably be listening to that while I watch football today. A finish this year as you didn't get one finish in 2020. Too many new starts and they're all Hades. Yeah, that's what happens when we do Hades. It happens. But it's so much fun. So much fun. You're contemplating a Hade for 2021, but you're intimidated by them. Well, maybe try one of the mini ones. Don't necessarily get a max color one. Yeah, it's I would say, look for something you like and then see if they have a smaller pattern of it, and don't shoot for max color. I mean, but a Hate is just it's just a really awesome full coverage piece, and it's just like everything else. It's one stitch at a time. It just, calls for organization, and that's just what you got to do. You just got to be organized. Strongly recommend Pattern Keeper if you have an Android. Could not gotten as far without it. Exactly, right? It's pretty awesome. You're going to do, is that Friar Mike Schmidt's Bible in a Year podcast in 2021? That's your goal? Nice. That's a lot of listening. That's a lot of listening. That's the other thing is I want to get back into podcasts. I stopped listening to podcasts last year, and I need to get back into that because I do enjoy them. I like listening to things. Of course, if I do podcasts, I'll end up not doing books as much, but whatever works. Whatever works. Maybe a little less YouTube listening, maybe more podcast for a while. You started your first Hade last year, now you have 3. Started with a story keep. Oh, and pre-gridded fabric is a good idea too. Yeah, that helps. That absolutely helps. The Hade you love is the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast. Nice. Father. Okay. I didn't realize that was the father, Mike Schmidt's. Gotcha. Pattern Keeper has been a lifesaver for Hades as I can zoom into a smaller area so it does not seem as overwhelming. Agreed. That helps me with Old World Map too, for sure. For sure. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, when they get Pattern Keeper for iOS, that'll be like the last, like everybody will be like, why didn't I know about this? I need to do this. There we go. All right. Bring this over here. Oh. Oh, yeah. Let me adjust this a little bit. All right, where was that other color? Where's that other color? Need another 648. Oop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Well, let's see, what else is going on? So, yes, we got all that stuff done last night, and then, yeah, I just spent a lot of time organizing podcast. I'm just excited, it's just it's always your outlook on things, but I've put a lot of effort into a lot of work, a lot of time into a lot of different things, and I think they started bearing fruit at the end of this past year, and now I'm ready to roll. And cross stitching is right up there. Right up there. Okay. Now, should I just come up here? Probably should just come up here and do this. So I looked at on Reaper last night. I was like, what colors can I do? Because at some point I'm going to get this little bit done here, and then I'm going to roll it down a little bit more. And then I think once I kind of get up to, I think, this row, and I finish this row and I get all this done, I'll be able to get Reaper's face right here. And it was like, what can I do? Oh, let me show you what it looks like. Let me turn down my brightness here. Let me show you what it looks like when you just do a certain color. Oops, helps if I pick said color. So if I just did 310 black, this is what I would stitch. That looks awesome. There's a lot of 310 to do, but that's what it is there. Oh, are you scared? Are you scared? Don't be scared. And then if I did something like 3865, then it's like all around it. So I don't know. I might end up having to do 310 last. There's my brightness. Bright. I gotta be able to see. Anyway, it just makes me laugh. I was like, that was spooky scary. Spooky scary. There we go. Pattern Keeper has been a lifesaver for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I still didn't watch Soul. I was supposed to watch Soul yesterday, and it just didn't work out because I just got distracted by all the cross-stitch and stuff and the audiobook stuff. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Do the eyes last? Gotcha. Okay, cool, cool. I'll save 310 for the end. But what I guess my point was is that once I kind of get up, like get this row finished and clean up all this, I can roll down to where the whole mask, the whole eyes are there, and then I can just take a color at a time and just fill in each color as I go. And that way I can basically just sort of knock out colors. It'll really help me feel like I'm making good progress. But and then it'll just be like, ooh, it's a surprise. Suddenly it's done. Soul made you ugly cry? Ugh, I don't doubt it's going to with me too. Pixar always makes me ugly cry. Maybe that's part of why I'm waiting on it. I don't want to ugly cry. I just don't. You're moving your geocaching log to a bigger notebook, and you can't believe how many you've listed. Some found, some puzzles that need to be solved. What's geocache? Remind me, tell me what geocaching is. I don't really know what that is, and I would like to learn. That reminds me of that treasure that the writer in Arizona had buried someplace in the Rocky Mountains. Like, true story. I don't know, like 15, 20 years ago or whatever, and then created a website and a poem around it to try to, you know, tell people where it was at, and they just all he would say was that it's somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. And so people looked for it. Thousands of people looked for it for years and years and years. And finally, earlier this year, a dude from Michigan came out and found it somewhere in Wyoming. And he won't tell people where it's at because he said it was really difficult to get to. And if a bunch of people trek there to think that maybe there's some leftover treasure or something, he's like, people could get hurt. It's not that easy. And the cool thing is that the author, the guy that put the treasure out there, because I guess he'd somehow gotten like gold coins and just a lot of different things. And he had a man, you're loud this morning. And he confirmed that the guy had found it based on pictures of where it was located and then pictures of what the treasure entailed. And so poor guy in Michigan had to he's had to like go into hiding because people are coming after him now. There are crazy people who are like, you broke into my phone and you found my notes or you found my text about where the treasure was. And so it's a lot of crazy people. And it's unfortunate that you yeah, anyway, it's unfortunate when you lose your anonymity somewhat when you don't want to. Geocaching is a treasure hunt type thing involving a GPS unit and clues. Caches are hidden containers that range from the tiny tubes to a large crate. Ah, okay, you sign the log when you find it. Oh, okay, cool. Good morning, bookworm lover. I was just talking about my books. So geocaching. So like that was like the king of geocaching was that treasure, the author. And the crazy thing is that author that planted that treasure, he actually died a few months after the thing was found. So crazy. So anyway, bookworm lover, we were just talking about books, or I was just talking about books, and my goals for the year in reading. And I'm just gonna try and read as much as I possibly can. Or when I say read, like I do audiobooks. I love audiobooks. But I am finishing, well, I'm about 2/3 of the way through book 5 of the Expanse series. But I am excited to roll into all kinds of new stuff in the coming year, finding new series, new books that I'll love. I watched a couple of videos from Daniel Green yesterday. He's a bookie guy on YouTube. Does a lot of, pretty much, I think, just does fantasy books. And that's where I've gotten some really great recommendations on books to read. It's where I found out about Joe Abercrombie and the First Lost trilogy that I really liked. So he was doing his rundown of the books he read in 2020 and how he would rank them, how good they were. And so I enjoyed that because I usually get a few book recommendations. It's led to some interesting geocaching's led to some interesting adventures in national parks and vacations. I bet it has. I should look into that. But I don't go anywhere, so it's not like, maybe when I get ready to go somewhere I should do it, but I don't know. It's kind of like, I think about it like the little rocks that people leave with the little messages on them. I think those are adorable. You had a few rough nights. Last night the fireworks scared your dog so bad you didn't get much sleep. Oh man. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I'd like to start a reading journal this year because I read 40 books this year and I can't remember most of them. I'd like to write down what I thought of it. Yeah, that would be cool. Well, like I said, like I highly recommend Goodreads. You can leave reviews. I have like a whole book list of books that I've read and I've ranked and when I've read them. And then if I have any reviews for them, which I don't do reviews on Goodreads, but you can do your your reviews, and then it has a list of like what you're currently reading. You can make that list up, and then a list of books that you want to read. And that's to me, that's the most important part of my Goodreads account, and it's all free because I've got probably like 300 books on my books I want to read list. And then you can also see what like thousands of other people have felt about the books, and there's a ranking system, 1 through 5 or whatnot. And I have found that I agree with the vast majority of the time. Like a book that's 4 or above, I absolutely need to listen to. If it's 3.5 and above, I will also, probably get to it at some point. But if it's below 3.5, I know that I probably won't like it at all. But I really like Goodreads for that. I think it's an excellent way to organize sort of your library, and it also just helps me to find the books that I want, especially when like like say the different series and stuff that I'm reading. I make sure that I'm reading the next book in that series. Sometimes it can be difficult. You can grab the wrong book, and what am I doing? What am I doing? I think I put that stitch in the wrong spot. I'm going to move it up. I'm not going to worry about the fact that that stitch that's like 6 stitches ago is in the wrong spot. Just not. Whoops, did that one wrong though. Come back. And that's also where I keep my my goals, my what do you call it? Like my reading goal for the year. And it gives you a progress bar, and it lets you know like if you're on track to meet your goal, if you're behind, all that good stuff. Book club is reading Deacon King Kong by James McBride next. James McBride. I think I've heard of James McBride. I've never heard of that book though. You'll have to let us know how it is. Most of the cross stitch you've been looking at to start this year are huge. Yeah, I bet. Once you kind of get the bug for beautiful cross stitch, you kind of end up with massive projects. It's sort of a curse in that sense. If there's such a thing as a curse with books, there's no such thing. Make sure that I'm doing this right. There we go. Am I still using Scribd? I still use Scribd, but I use it when I can't get a book on, say, Overdrive. Scribd does not have. It's funny what Scribd has. Scribd has like all the Last Apprentice books, whereas like Overdrive doesn't. And it has a few other. It has a few other books. It's just not terribly. It's not nearly as filled out as like with the super popular ones, but it has its place. And it's it seems like when it comes to audiobooks, it's really hit or miss on who's going to have it, where it's going to be, how long you have to wait for it sometimes. So I have to use multiple different sources for that. I might be ready to get back into Last Apprentice. I just might. I'm going to put that stitch here. That one goes there. But I was doing so much fantasy novels that doing some sci-fi now is good. It's a good break. And I feel kind of refreshed, like I could jump back into fantasy now. I hope to get a lot of audiobooks listened to in these next couple of days while I'm home, because I got time. I got nothing but time. Well, I got a lot of things besides time, but currently working on Sistine Chapel Hayden. It's gorgeous but huge. Wow, I bet it is. I did a jigsaw puzzle of that many, like 20 years ago. It was like 9,000 pieces or something. And so I did finally get it finished, but it took like 4 years. But that's beautiful. And the level of detail, though, that you got to have for it is ridiculous. Oh, baby. Cooking with Crisco now. Ah, see? Twitch is having issues, so I can't see my chat just yet. So I may just have to talk over it. But, oh man, I'm gonna get so much done. Gonna get so much done. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, and I watched oh man, was it Crafty Corner? I can't, well no, Crafty Corner's popped in my head because you, Allie. But who was I? I was watching some tutorials last night on making sure how to properly um, put your fabric. Oh man, I keep having like video cutouts and whatnot. Come on, Twitch, get your act together. It's 2021. It's all futuristic and everything. Um, but I had I was really struggling with getting these patterns on the RolaFrame. Now the issue with that is I've already been working on all of these pieces that I want to do, so the fabric is already sort of stretched in ways that when I see people putting new projects on the RolaFrame, they're not putting projects on that have already been stretched and worked on and have a bunch of stitching on. They're putting like fresh fabric on there. And so, and that's not like gonna work for me because I'm gonna have to find other solutions. And I kind of have, I mean, with the side extenders, but it doesn't work as well as when you use fresh fabric and you put stuff on here. So um, yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I keep saying I'll have to do a video, but I don't know, I do not know. Yeah, my chat's not wanting to work, guys. So my stream is oh yeah, the stream is disconnected. So I'm still recording though, so I'm still gonna post this. But Twitch is having a conniption fit. some Diet Dr. Pepper. Had me some coffee this morning, and I'm good. Yes, poor Twitchy Twitch. Poor Twitchy Twitch, having so many issues. I'm just going to push through. I hope people can hear me. And I'm just going to push through. So now we're sort of here-ish. We're here-ish. Ish. I think we're here-ish. Here-ish. So there's that. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to start here. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Oh yeah, and we're going to restart the garden tower. We need to go over and pick that up from the storage place. Actually, we need to go through and clear out the storage place. We're going to do that after we get the, I think after we get the, whatchamacallit's done. The floor's done. Move some things back over. But, in the meantime, so we can eat healthy. Man, it's still disconnected. I guess I could stop and restart. Maybe I'll have to do that because I don't think anybody can see this. I'm going to stop and restart.